Last Minute Man coming to you from the cabin here and my workstation where I do all the editing magic that's happening here. And I've got to tell you, y'all, this one came out terrible. We were doing the Browning automatic rifle shooting groups on paper targets, and it just came out terrible. So what I'm going to do, we had equipment malfunctions and everything else. So what I'm going to do is put all the data on there, the video that we do have. I'm going to cobble it together and kind of make something of it. Sorry for the convenience. It's going to be edited way down. So all you're getting is the pertinent data and a little bit of our opinion there at the end for the after action report. So apologize for that, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas and enjoy the video.
So I'm going to be shooting using these factory 149 grain Winchesters, and we'll see what kind of group I get here.
Okay, so I was aiming at this dot, and you're welcome for our high-speed targets here, but we're just shooting at cardboard, folks. But that's where I was aiming. First shot, second shot, and third. I could see that through the scope, but this definitely is not sub MOA. I mean, you're 2 inches here. So, but what I'm going to do is mark my shots here, and Mr. Obvious is going to shoot at the same point with his hand loads, and we'll see how they do.
All right, we've got 42 grains of 48.95 with a 168 grain hollow point boat tail match king, so we'll see what it does.
All right, here, so we're with those 168 grain bullets that he actually zeroed the rifle in with. We're seeing it shot a little tighter, but really, if you average it out, this really is not sub MOA. I wouldn't call that. You're over 2 inches here, you know, in between shots. But, you know, it is what it is. All the way down there at 300 yards. Mr. Obvious is going to be shooting his hand loads, and I will be doing the same. And let's have at her. Shoot when ready, Mr. Obvious.
All righty. Okay, I'm going to shoot with a slightly warm barrel. And I'll be shooting at the left dot that we have there. And hopefully the picture-in-picture is working. Let's see how we do.
All right there, folks. I got to say this, Mr. Obvious, and this never happens to me, I swear. Baby, this just don't happen. This isn't usual. But
Well, it did.
It happened. All right. So, Mr. Obvious Fire, we went and watched the video, and this is his first, second, and third shot. And mine, this was the second, and we don't know where the hell the other ones went. We'll go ahead and chalk that up to me being a bad shot, but I'm typically not. But it is what it is. And I mean, the proof is, as they say, is in the pudding right there. But this, we shouldn't be getting this big of a spread. You know, you're getting one flyer, and I mean, we are hitting low. That is 168 grain bullets. But what do you think, Mr. Obvious?
Semi-automatic pattern for you. 300 yards. We got 2 in here. That's minute of angle, but it's got 1 flyer up. So I don't know what's happening here. Why it's not.
I mean, and again, we are experiencing very heavy winds. That being said, I should have done a lot better than that. And just the drop we're getting, at least that's consistent, because you were aiming at the top here. Your drop, I mean, heck, you're a foot low, and I'm about the same here. But I don't know what happened to me. I'm not getting a group. But we're going to go back, and you got those 164 grain.
165 grain ballistic tips. It's a different bullet.
And we're just going to let Mr. Obvious shoot that. He's going to really take his time and shoot at this top dot. And we're thinking we're still going to get some drop. So we're hoping we hit in here. We just want to see this thing group and get the best kind of group we can get. And I mean, it is what it is, guys. We're not the world's foremost experts or long-range competition shooters. This is just what we're getting today with the winds that we're experiencing and everything. I wish I had more excuses, but I don't. But we'll go back, shoot this one more time, and see how it does. Okay, Mr. Obvious, so you shot those 165 grain, and
yep,
at least we were in a straight line.
Yeah, as the barrel heated up, you've seen in the video, we're shooting kind of quick. Because we had our camera rolling down here and we're getting low on battery. So we hit the first one here, the second one here, and the third one here. Now it's a little slim sporter barrel on that gun. It is fluted, but that I'm sure that barrel's heating up. We give it probably 5 minutes between the shots. This group would probably been all up in here.
Now, having said that though, you're how many? I mean, you are a good. You're 3 inches.
Yeah, 3 inches
in between each.
Yeah.
So that's just something to know.
There, that's 6 inches at 300 yards. So
right.
I mean, if you let the barrel cool, it would tighten way up. So.
All right.
I mean, that gun, I think a hit with group would let her cool. It'd do pretty good.
All right, so I'm going to try to redeem myself. We no longer have a camera set up over there, but I'm going to shoot these real quick, see if I can do better than I did before. I'm going to be aiming at that top target again. We'll see how I do. All right, so of course it's always better when there's no evidence because we don't have the picture in picture. I promise we did not come down here and just punch these holes. But we've got Mr. Obvious did the straight line shots right here. And then these are the 3, and we don't know what order they were in. I would assume it was 1, 2, and 3, just because when the barrel gets hot, you would imagine it dropping.
Yeah.
But
now this is more like what we're looking for. This is 42 grains of varget. So we have 42 grains of varget. So we got, this is at 300 yards now. So we got yours here, and yours here. So now you got your 3 inches right there. You got your 3 inches. And so that's a minute of angle at 100 yards. And this is darn near, this is only an inch apart.
right.
See? So there, so that's your minute of angle. That gun's shooting, if you get the right load in it, you have to work a load up for that gun. That's kind of what we're doing during this video, is working a load for this gun. So with a varget, instead of the 4895 powder, that gun's locking that varget with that 165 grain ballistic tip, and that's putting us in a 1 minute of angle at 300 yards.
Right.
So that's what we're looking for.
All right, Mr. Obvious, so you got those ready to go. We're going to shoot these at 100 yards now, right?
Yeah. See if they're grouped with the 42 grains of varget.
So instead, he decided to shoot at a bullet that was already there, a bullet hole. And unbeknownst to him, I had already made a circle. But, you know, shooting at this, what we got?
First shot was here.
Okay.
Second shot was here. And the third shot was here. Now shooting at this bullet hole.
Right.
So we had 2 here almost touching, and the first shot here. So
we're still getting a little bit of a flyer every time. And we are back with our after action report. And what do we have to report today?
well, at first I was kind of a little bit disappointed some of the grouping, but we had different ammo we was trying with this gun, so we kind of swapped it around a little bit, and in the end I was kind of pleased with it, actually, for a semi-automatic.
Well, I can tell you, this is in no way the end-all be-all on this rifle, guys. This was the best I could do on this day with the ammo we were using, with the weather the way it is. You're never going to have perfect shooting scenarios, and you know, it would be nice to take as much of the human element out of it as possible. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I did everything perfect, and you know, I will say I shoot a lot, and I was disappointed in the grouping we were getting. I mean, maybe my expectations are too high. I mean, and like I was telling Mr. Obvious, my scout rifle, I group a lot tighter than that at 300 yards, but at the same time, it's a bolt action gun. It's not semi-automatic.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of other factors going into this. It cycled everything well.
Yeah, I mean, we was using small base die hand loads.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to the full length die, 165 grain ballistic tip, just a full length reload.
Right.
And that's when she started grouping. So I mean, it really started coming together. So we had about a minute of angle, maybe a shade over that. At 300, we was within a minute angle at 300.
Finally.
Yeah, that last group.
That last group.
And,
but
yeah, then the 100, it was right there at it, maybe a shade over a minute of angle. So, you know,
well, and
we got to work a group with it.
We're going to have to do a part 3 on this.
Yeah.
Where we take it out to 400. We're going to find out exactly what kind of diet this rifle really likes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a few other factory loads I'd like to try out of it just to see how it patterns with those as well. I mean, we could do a lot of videos on this, but
yeah,
I'd like to see it at our 400-yard shot. Give it a whirl there, see how she does. We'll wait till a more calm day. As you can see, if we're struggling that much at 300, you know, we'd have really been upset at 4. So we're going to play with it some more. We'll figure out what she likes. Like I said, this was the data we got on this particular day with these two rednecks shooting. So that's what we were able to find out today.
Well, for semi-auto, I had a 30-06 at the Remington's Woodsmaster. It wasn't near as tight as group as this gun was. But,
right.
I mean, for a semi-auto, I'm happy with it. Plus doing it 100.
Right, and you know, an M1A, I've shot those at. I'm not going to say we were definitely at 300 yards, but when I have shot them, I did shoot better. But that was that particular day, and I couldn't even tell you what ammo we were using. So, yeah. I mean, it's everybody's got a fish story too. We'd all like to believe we can shoot better than we probably do. But like I said, I was a little disappointed, more in myself, I guess I'd say. But like I said, we'll play with it. We'll get her down. I did promise a viewer that we would get this video out. So sorry, this was the best we could do right now with what we've got. So we're going to do a part 3 on this, test out different ammos, and see what we can do.
Yeah, see what bullet it likes. It's like any
Right.
rifle. You know, it's certain rifles like certain bullets and
Yep.
certain weight bullets. So we went from 168, 147 to 165 grain. So the 165 really started coming in.
It did. And
So-
and again, I was getting a little more focused at that point too.
Yeah.
You know, I was getting more serious about it because when you're shooting as wild as I was shooting, I said, okay,
Yeah.
I got to buckle down and really focus on
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So it's that too.
I'm going to try to get Mr. Green's load that
Oh, yeah.
that 168 gold bond, I think it was, bullet. So we might get some of those and
We'll try them out. And by all means, folks, if you've got, we'll try out Mr. Green's load. If anybody's got any other recommendations, we're willing to try it and see what we can get. So everybody, we had a good time doing this. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully you at least learned something from this. We'll show you when we do well as the same as we will when we do bad. So we'll show you the truth. This is just us on this particular day, and tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So everybody, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
All right. So this has been Last Minute Man with Mr. Obvious, reminding you, keep your knives sharp, keep your powder dry.
Subscribe to Last Minute Man.